Hi, I'm Frosty, and you're watching the post-holiday I'm now broke and about to join the homeless people on the median down the street having cheese sandwiches thrown at them by people in speeding vehicles episode of XDA TV. I hope I can afford to keep the lights on long enough to make this video. Merry belated holiday, Geekadonia. I hope you had a perfectly commercialized holiday season filled with you getting more material things to fill that giant hole in the centers of your chests. I know I did. Yes, it is the retail postseason, and nothing has made that more evident than the fervor for the new Transformer Prime from Asus. Tablet manufacturers have taken notice of its popularity and have begun letting small kittens out of their proverbial bags in order to keep up and keep interest. Last week, former Google CEO Eric Schmidt was quoted by the Italian newspaper Corriere della Sera, which happens to mean the evening courier in Italian. Oh yeah. As saying that Google had plans for a tablet to release in 2012. With the Transformer Prime from Asus hitting the tech world like a tornado in a trailer park, it seems reasonable to assume that every device manufacturer will be hurrying to enter this market with similar products. First version Transformer tablets are already stacking up in warehouses like old copies of National Geographic magazines. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly the devices get crapped out of factories in the coming year. We'll just have to wait and see how Google's acquisition of Motorola Mobility goes. Motorola's 17,000 patents ought to add some amazing characteristics to a Google slate. And there's some other news about patents out there. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I forget. Moving on. In other news, now that HP has announced that it will be releasing WebOS source code under an open source license in the not-so-distant future, it leaves people to ponder just how it will be integrated into the deviceosphere as it continues to be developed. A collective yawn could be heard from developers everywhere as the kind of crap WebOS stood up next to Android in its bid to harness the interest of the development community and open source in general. ICS took one look at the WebOS and just kind of shrugged. As the powerhouse open source platform has, and I believe will continue to hold the interest of the best and the brightest. Most of the developers I've spoken to maintain a kind of trivial interest in WebOS, but are far too busy with Android to pay it any serious attention. It really just needs more interesting developments regarding its infrastructure. For instance, if HP decided to host WebOS assets like an app catalog, it would go a long way toward bolstering interest in the development community. That isn't to say that WebOS won't have a positive effect on Android. Integrating some of the ideas and contributions that WebOS will make will be a big win for Android, but the same is true for iOS and BB10. WebOS will be a dead platform as long as Android is around, but the potential for new and exciting things to be integrated into Android from WebOS will keep feeding the zombie its daily rations of brains. Well, that's all. Until next time, folks, take care.